and we see it.
Oh my
It's
god,
Suicune's
Suicune's here. And all the Pokemon run away.
We get a close-up on him, and he goes, "What's that? Come on, dude, really?" The bell tolls for who? For you? For me? For who? You, us, me, you who? You who? That's a drink, I hear.
It's actually you whom, Kellan.
Oh, you whom, I'm so sorry. Welcome back to the
old
podcast.
English yogurt.
Whom Kill A Delibird, the Pokemon Anime Rewatch podcast, where, I don't know, we talk about Pokemon. It's been, there's too many of these.
About Pokemon.
I say this every week. We talk about Pokemon. I'm Kellan. I know Pokemon. Graham doesn't. Graham, how you doing?
Good. I'm playing more Pokemon Sun, so I'm learning about Gen 6? 7. Oh, fuck. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, 7.
Yeah.
6
X
is
and Y is
X
6.
and Y. I skipped X and Y.
Correct.
In my head. Yeah, I've been playing that for the first time. During the first, 5 hours of that game, if you'd ask me how it's going, I'd be like,
it is slow.
It's rough.
Yeah.
That start of that game sucks ass.
That first island is all very slow. That first island
is brutal. And it's just kind of a slow-paced game overall. The loading is slow and the animations are slow.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've got a few different of those Zed crystals and there's a bit more areas opened up and I have a cool team, I do like it. I think that I do vibe with it. Yeah, and the graphic design of it is really fun, actually. They put thought into how to map it with the a lowland theme and everything.
Yeah, it's the first region that's really not blocky. It's not on a grid.
Yeah.
It's very open concept, you know?
Well, and they mapped the concept with the graphic design, the little trills and the colors and the outlines and the backsplashes. They all kind of sync up with the island dance experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas they haven't done that with another gen. I sort of sniff an attempt with Gen 4, Sinnoh being Hokkaido. There's kind of this it's the cold region, but they don't go very far into that.
Yeah. Well, Platinum does it better. That's one of the main things. Platinum. Oh yeah, you did play Platinum.
I play Platinum now.
Yeah, Platinum has more little snowy bits that kind of show off that it is the cold region. It still doesn't do it perfectly.
Well, and it still doesn't commit in the graphic design, in the UI, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's where I think that Sun and Moon have brought something extra
all blends.
too. It's just that the UI is they're thinking about how to make that an immersive experience. This is a Tim Rogers quote, of course, put dollar in the jar. But
how many jars do I have?
I've got so many. Oh, don't ask me about my jars. He's got that quote that says, "Seemingly insignificant graphic design choices make up no small part of a video game's soul." And that sticks. I think that's so true. He was going on and on about how the moving checkered background in Tokimeki Memorial makes it is a significant part of the game. And it's such a stupid little detail. The other quote he brings up is Sakaguchi, Hironobu Sakaguchi, the Final Fantasy showrunner up until 10. A journalist asked him what was the one thing that binds all of the Final Fantasy games together, and he said white text on a blue background. And I'm like, yeah,
sure,
that's it.
yeah, that's nice.
Honestly, that's kind of a deep answer.
Yeah.
So
it's nice on the eyes.
That's my point, basically.
Yeah, I like graphic design.
Those little UI choices make the game breathe.
I love graphic design. I'm not particularly good at it.
Is it your passion?
It is my passion. I'm not good at it though. I'm getting better. I've gotten better over the years. You should see my
I'm horrible at it, but
you should see my first Twitch layouts compared to my modern ones, because my old ones were just
it's come a long way.
Yeah, I know how to do more than gradients now. So
love me a good gradient. I mean,
I do love a gradient.
You've embraced sort of the ultra max shit mixture kind of
that too.
Scuffed.
I'm nothing if not a shit poster. Yeah.
I mean, it's the perfect blend. The shit mixture is a theory of an old coworker of mine, where the best thing, things that are just good, are kind of boring. But if you can balance in the right level of shit and good, there's a perfect symmetry. Too much shit, things suck. Too good, things are sterile. But there's this beautiful line between shit and perfection, and that's where
Mhm.
poetry lives.
I think that's best exemplified in my when I play Pokemon on Twitch, twitch.tv/HydroLeech, where my team is shown on the sidebars as
Mhm.
my own drawings. I don't use like the official drawings or anything. That's boring. I don't just make them out of like circles and do them really terribly. That's bad. I draw them decently fast, and they're just the perfect mixture of shit and great.
Yeah, I do like your
So
drawings. They're horrible, but
they're
they're good.
amazing. Yeah. There's a couple that I would argue are genuinely nice, but they're few and far between.
Yeah. There's maybe like a little bit of a reverse cheerleader effect where I just see them in mass and I just default to thinking of them as crappy because that's like
Hmm.
the vibe they give off as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. My
Mhm.
favorite part of drawing them my own is when I get a Pokemon that evolves into just like more of them. Like I got a
Oh yeah.
Magnemite, so I drew a Magnemite,
Do you copy
and then
and paste?
when I evolved it into Magneton, I just copied and pasted into 3,
That's
and
beautiful.
there was Magneton. Yeah,
I mean
it's
that's
incredible.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, I am an artistic genius.
I am art.
I am art.
Well, do you
Bow
have
before me.
anything else you wanted to touch on before we get into
Um,
the main festivities?
I 100%ed Majora's Mask, incredible game. I'm working on Wind Waker now,
Majora's
but
Mask 3D, right?
yeah,
Now,
that's about it though.
which version of Wind Waker are you playing?
HD. I don't have the GameCube one,
On the Wii
unfortunately.
U, right?
Yeah,
Cool. I
yeah,
love that version.
it's great. Swift Sail. Ooh,
I like
so nice.
it. I don't know if that's a hot take that I like it better than the
No, I
original.
don't think so.
Yeah.
I think the prevailing
Yeah, that's like popular opinion, right?
opinion, yeah, it's the popular opinion.
Yeah.
The Majora's Mask is more of the is more half and half. I think a lot of people think the original is a little better still.
Yeah, but the Wind Waker
But Wind Waker,
was
everyone's
pretty
like, "Oh
much
fuck it, it looks great." It Swift
nothing
Sail,
but
Triforce Quest
improvements.
is better.
Yeah, it also it needed a couple of those little tweaks, or like it
It did.
benefited from them, mostly around the
Mhm.
sailing and the fast sail stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I do have something for you, Kellan, but
Oh my
tell me
god,
what
is it a
episodes
present?
we're reviewing. No, just a bit.
Oh, Well, today we're doing episode 229 for Hoa with the Bell's Toll, and episode 230 Extreme Pokemon.
Extreme Pokemon. An extreme Pokemon is actually about Pokemon Extreme Sports. There's an extreme sport that is introduced in that episode. We'll get to it. And I started
Mhm.
thinking, Kellan, that's an obvious one to pursue. What kind of extreme sports would there be? If there was a Pokemon
Yes.
X Games. Do you remember the X Games? You might be too young for this.
Tony Hawk Tua. Am I right?
Yeah, more or less. It was like
Spin on that
skateboarding,
thing.
BMXing, and then there was like
Mhm.
Winter X Games too, snowboarding, blah blah blah. What kind of sports would be at the Pokemon X Games?
Okay,
You ready for it?
I'm absolutely
Well,
ready.
we'll read these like a top 10, but they're not necessarily ordered. But we'll pretend they are. So number 10, Squirtle water skiing. You don't even need a boat.
Mm.
The Squirtles are just the skis. You just stand on two
Stand on 'em.
Squirtles, boatless.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
You've heard of barefoot water skiing. This is boatless
Turtlefoot.
water skiing.
No,
Turtlefoot.
it's Turtlefoot. Yeah.
Turtlefoot. It's the turtle foot.
There's no bears on your feet. They're turtles.
Bare feet. The right
Yeah.
to bear arms. The right to turtle
The right to
arms.
bear arms.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
I think that's what the founding fathers actually intended. Bear
yeah.
arms, not bearing arms. Bear arms.
And me too. Me too. They got it all wrong. These Southerners and their guns. It's really furry costumes that they're
Yeah.
hiding.
That's furry con was what the founding fathers really wanted.
Yeah, I mean, which one of them was supposedly like a pretty kinky sex? Had a pretty kinky sex life. Benjamin Franklin, I think.
I thought it was Hamilton. I thought Hamilton and what's his name? The guy that dies in Hamilton.
Oh, in the play itself, you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
yeah, the one that plays his son as well. What's his name? Oh my god, John Lawrence? No,
Yeah.
my name's John Lawrence, and I'm
Yeah,
here to say
I think
no,
that's
that's
right.
not it. I'm looking it up. John Lawrence, yeah, Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I heard that they exchanged some pretty fucking freaky letters or something.
Oh, nice.
but I don't know more than that.
No, I think it's Ben Franklin. And didn't he die of an STD too? Or maybe I'm making stuff up. Let me check. Complications from pleurisy. What is that?
Pleurisy.
No, it's not an STD. Never mind. I take that back.
There are too many big words on this Wikipedia page that I don't care to look into.
Benjamin Franklin STD. Someone else search it. Well, there's no direct evidence. It's just, what's it called? Conjecture. Some people have speculated that he had syphilis. I just think that, not that, like, being kinky means you have syphilis or the other way around, but if you had to get syphilis, like, that would suck if you didn't also have a dope-ass sex life, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, you tripped and fell and landed in syphilis without having the orgies? Like, that sucks.
Oh, that's a puddle of syphilis outside.
If you had to go with
Oh,
syphilis,
gross.
at least go to the bomb-ass, 1776
get
Rangers.
You're gonna get syphilis, do it right.
Do it right, yeah. If you're gonna be a vegetarian that eats a steak, better be a T-bone.
Yeah, exactly.
Which one was that? Was that all Squirtle?
I think that was all from Squirtle. You went from Squirtle to Turtle Feet to Bare Arms to syphilis.
That was terrible. Sorry, folks.
That
Bear with us.
That might be the weakest line of
Yeah.
categories that there's ever been.
Yeah, that was brutal. Okay, number 9. Pidgeot and Furo riding. You have to go through hoops in the sky. How the fuck did these hoops get here?
Superman, he flies through the rings. Superman, he does all the things.
Yeah, very N64 coded.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8. What about hang gliding, but with a pack of Sentret? I think that there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, man, using a flying Pokemon is cheating. We like to glide using Sentret.
I don't know if Sentret can glide. I don't know if that's noted as a thing it can do.
I think if they held hands, like they got that sort of like long
They wove
skin.
themselves
Yeah.
into a paraglider or a hang glider rather.
It's a pretty high risk sport.
No one's ever actually tried it.
It's purely
But
hypothetical.
the options are there.
Okay, number 7. What about Pelipper bathing? Right? That big pelican. It's got such a big mouth. Now, I'm talking
gross.
about bathing in the mouth. It's a sport where you have to get in a full bath inside of a sleeping Pelipper's mouth without it waking up. It's very difficult.
Why have they never made a Pelipper toilet for merchandise? That would be so good.
That's what you want?
I think that's a great idea.
Just shit in a Pelipper's mouth? Ew.
Yeah. And it's a water type, so it's a bidet as well.
Oh, that's perfect then.
Water gun.
It can learn water gun? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Pokemon should hire me for merch ideas.
Well, number 6. I don't remember what gen this Pokemon comes up. Kellan, Loudred? Am I saying
3.
that right? That was 3.
Yeah.
Okay. What about a Loudred sound challenge where it just keeps ramping up the decibels? You see how loud you can take it. Many eardrums have been burst. It's a
that sounds like
horrible
the worst
form
thing.
of hot dog eating.
I hate that. I don't like loud. I'm an old man. I don't like loud noises.
I don't like loud.
I don't like loud.
Yeah.
Get it
I don't
out
like
here.
loud either, but I wouldn't compete. And
No.
I don't think anyone should. And I don't think anyone should do the next one either. Number 5, Mimikyu peeking. Who can get a peek of what's
They
underneath
die.
and live?
They die.
Yeah, but you got to try to live.
But you don't.
That's what
you
makes it
die.
extreme.
You die.
One person got a glimpse of a toe and was hospitalized for 3 weeks.
Yes, that's how it works.
Someone will live.
Oh man,
We get more competitors every year.
they really need to ban
The
some of
herd
these
is
X games.
thinning
They're fucked.
itself. Oh yeah, these all suck now that I realize it. Number 4,
Mm-hmm.
Greninja tongue holding. It's kind of like a
Jesus.
bucking bronco, but with a ninja instead of a horse.
That's actually a great idea. You have to latch onto the tongue as it flings you around.
It flings you around.
That's horrifying.
Oh, you're going to be extra horrified by this next one. Number 3, only a certain class of people can even participate in this one, Kellan, because it requires the best of the best gooners to sit in a room with Vaporeons, Gardevoirs, Lopunnies. I don't know, man. I stopped writing halfway during that one.
Good. We shouldn't even discuss
I
that
guess they
one.
have to resist.
Number 2.
Snorlax rolling takes a really strong person.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Snorlax
fun.
strongman comps.
Yeah, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
a strong man. Yeah,
That'd be hype, actually.
that would be.
Like the Scottish dudes that throw the
The giant logs.
The giant logs, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see those guys roll a Snorlax.
That would be cool.
And number 1, drowsy fights. It's where 2 humans, they box, but you have to do it inside of a dream. So the drowsies put you in a shared dream and you fight in the dream. It's
How do you
very hard to
referee that?
observe.
Yeah.
Like
don't
word
think
of
you
mouth, I
can.
guess. They just like agree when they come out. Who won?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the drowsy can eat the dream, and then
Or could it put the refs?
Can it
and Could it
tell?
put the audience in the dream too? So that they just
Oh,
like
there you
watch
go.
from in there? Maybe.
There's an idea. Is it a good idea? I'm not sure, but it is an
There's
idea.
an idea.
It is certainly an idea. That's what Graham says to all of my Patreon ideas. That's an idea.
They are ideas.
Yeah.
Y'all are lucky that you're not spending your money on some of the shit that he says.
Hey, if y'all want for $25 a month me to color a Pokemon coloring page and send it to you, let me know. Because if enough people want that, I'll tell Graham I told you so.
Yeah, he will.
Yep. All right, let's get into For Ho-Oh the Bell Tolls, shall we?
Yeah,
Bells
for
toll.
Ho-Oh the Bell Tolls. I'm not going to lie, Kellan. I had higher hopes for this episode.
This is a whatever episode. Yeah.
This episode has a great premise, but doesn't quite move it along enough.
Yeah. It feels more like it needed an arc.
Yeah. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it, Kellan. We got a 3-episode arc with Lugia. Why don't we get a 3-episode arc with Ho-Oh?
That's true. Well, maybe we still will. Well, yeah, Ho-Oh's not even in this fucking episode.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the title, but it's not in the episode.
Spoilers.
What the frick? Well, the gang has to rely on their trustworthy navigator, Brock. They are found the quickest route to Mahogany. They're in Ecruteak still. But what's going on outside? There's some ringing that's from the Tin Tower. What's going on?
Oh my god, it's the bells.
The bells! Here's Morty. Remember Morty, 4th gym leader? He says Ho-Oh will return. And then some random other guy is like, or Suicune. It's Suicine. Apparently they haven't seen each other in a while.
Suicine. This is going to be a hell of an episode for my pronunciation skills.
Yeah, you're going to have a great time.
I am going to trip and fumble. Suicine is an interesting name. He is dressed sort of like a dollar store magician.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, what kind of kid's birthday is he on the way to?
He's on his way back, actually. That's why he's so crotchety in this episode.
Oh, he was just dealing with a bunch of angry 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
All hopped up on cake.
Exactly. Well, to kick off this episode with seeing Suicine here, we have a question from Charles Goodshow, first of his name, who asks, with Suicine, the anime references Crystal and its events. Do you prefer the anime to adapt the games or be its own unique adventure with allusions and Easter eggs to the original games?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, in general, the latter. Like, I like that it has the freedom to explore a bit more. But I like when it does more game accurate sort of nods. Like, the problem with me answering that question is that the fundamental premise is a play off of the games. Like, it did become its own thing episode 1, right? Like, Ash is not a canon character. So, I don't know. That kind of answers itself, right?
Yeah, it still follows the game progression. So, it's kind of like a mix between the two. I know I, as a kid, whenever something happened in the show that wasn't in the games, I was like, this wasn't in the games. What's happening? This isn't right. So I definitely wanted it more game accurate as a child. But I think it works, as a bit of a mix.
I appreciate when it does more game relevant arcs, more game relevant nods.
Absolutely.
I really like actually when there's like more subtle things, like what town was it where there was that school in the right spot that was just kind of like in the game? One of the earlier towns. I don't know if it was Azalea or
Azalea or Violet.
Or Violet, maybe.
Had a school, I think.
I think it's Violet, yeah.
Because it has one
that
of the
was
games,
the kind of nod that was great, because that makes me sort of transform how I look at the simplified 2D town into more of like a lush representation, and that's part of what you want. At least you did at the time, because we didn't have like these kind of big open 3D games as often. So that was part of what you wanted out of the show, was seeing it come alive a bit more.
And stuff like putting Sudowoodo between Goldenrod and Ecruteak, stuff like that too. Just simple little things that are like, yes, that is where Sudowoodo goes.
Yeah, because
It's
that
not an
makes
exact
you
plot
feel
line
like
from the game.
Ash is going along the same
With you, yeah.
map that you did.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was a good question. Thank you for that, Charles. I'm sure that is your
Good
real
thought for
name.
food.
Yes. So, Ash has to ask if that tower that's ringing is the one next to the gym. I like to take this as he only knows the geography in terms of where things are located to relative to the gym.
That's a good point. Yeah, good
He
catch.
only knows the gym, and it's like, okay, where is that from the gym? Otherwise, I have no idea. And that's like me. I know my like few landmarks. Tell me where it is relative to those.
Oh, you're like, where is it between the Costco and that mall that has a GameStop?
Exactly. Is it on that street? If so, I can get there.
Yeah,
If not, I'll have to use Google Maps.
gotcha. That's
So
funny.
it's the tower. Yeah, the tower is ringing. Apparently, the bells only ring when Ho-Oh was coming. But inside the tower, we see the whole tower is ringing. 8 floors. The 9th floor is where the special crystal bells ring. They only ring when Ho-Oh is on its way. But they are gone. And I believe Suicine hits us with a great detective moment. Somebody has been up here, and they've stolen the sacred bells.
Yes. Well, the other bells were ringing to alert them. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. We're gonna send a ghost on the case. Gengar.
Gengar's on it.
Marty's got that dope ass Gengar, remember? She's gonna go look what the heck's going on. I mean, at this point in the episode, I mean, I was kind of like, what the heck is going on? Because, like, bells can ring to alert about other bells missing. Like, what kind of automation is this?
Well,
What kind of
outside,
security system did they install?
outside, we see Team Rocket. Of course, they have the bells.
Yeah, simple answer. It's not a big
Yeah.
mystery.
James has been like, reading a magazine that says that the bells will like summon Ho-Oh, and then they can take.
They didn't even
Ho-Oh.
realize. They just like snatched some bells.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. These are actually pretty good.
These might do something for us here.
Yeah, legendary bells.
We get a whole motto takeover. With crystal bells in hand, we'll ring across the land, and then when Ho-Oh reappears, we will quickly switch gears, because together we will show that we can beat old Ho-Oh. Jesse, James, Team Rocket, ringing at the speed of light, our crystal bells pack a mighty fight, fight, fight. Wobbuffet. So,
I
it's okay.
enjoyed the animation going on during this, because they're doing stuff with bells, and then at one point they're like hanging on the bells, like there's like giant bells they're like swinging on. It was fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I like the animation.
We learn a little bit about Ho-Oh. It's a rainbow Pokemon with sacred fire abilities. It can see into the future.
Ooh.
James foresees a promotion.
Oh, really? I mean, if he gets that bird.
And so they start shaking the bells, but nothing.
Are they busted?
They must be busted.
Are they rusted?
Or rusted. Crystal doesn't rust, though.
They won't ring.
So Jesse swings them around like a lasso.
Yeah,
One
that's
goes
awesome.
flying, shatters on a rock, and they are mortified.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? They can break. I mean, yeah, they're crystal.
And all the other
Shattered
bells
indeed.
stop ringing as if to say, well, fuck it, whatever.
Thousands of voices, millions of voices cried out and were extinguished at the same time.
Bells, the winds blow, and then we get eyes from the darkness.
Ooh.
Ooh, who could that be? It's Ash. No, it's not. We'll see later. The gang, they're at the tower. Suicine is telling them it's off limits. If you didn't know, Suicine is a game character. He is from Crystal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's searching
I-
for Suicune.
Don't think I've played Crystal, actually.
You're the one
Have
that
I?
says Crystal's the good one, don't you? He's also in Heart Gold Soul Silver.
I've played that. I don't think I've
Yeah.
played Crystal. I'm trying to remember. I don't own it.
I thought you were always the one that was like, Crystal's the best one.
I've said that about Emerald.
Have you? I don't know anymore.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
he
I had
looks like this
gold.
guy.
I had gold as a kid, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he is from Crystal. He's on a Suicune hunt. You find him a few times.
Is he a
you fight
jerk
him
ass
once.
in the game?
I don't quite remember, but he's a bit of an idiot, I think.
Okay. Because this
He's
guy's
just,
a bit of a jerk ass.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole in the show. That's for sure.
And so I really liked what happens here, because suddenly his face gets all weird, like he's developing a palsy. And then we see that Gengar's just playing with him, like making a funny face with his cheeks.
Just pulling his mouth, make him smile. Smile a little bit, Suicine. Come on, let's see that pretty smile.
Yeah,
It'd be
smile
way
for
cuter
me.
if you smiled.
Sugar.
Morty says, Ash's presence must be evidence that Ho-Oh was around. And
What a
Suicine just kind of seems offended
spiritualistic bastard that Morty.
that Ash
He's
has
just
seen a Ho-Oh.
vibing on anything. Oh yeah, you seem
Yeah.
so jealous. That's the other thing. It's like
What the
Ash
fuck?
has just praised it all, and you seen it just has blood coming out of his ears. So he's like, "I'm an expert in legends, and you're a little bitch."
They only show themselves for good trainers. But it's like, but here's the thing you've seen. You're trying too hard to be good.
Yeah, you're a tryhard.
Ash just is. He's naturally just a good person, partially because he's so incompetent and doesn't understand what he's actually doing. He's just
Yeah, he's
oblivious to
so
everything.
dumb that all inhibition is stripped away, and what's left is pure willpower.
Ash is going to be the definition of a himbo later in his life.
Yeah, totally. He has major himbo energy.
Yeah. Well, inside, we see the bells. They're over 300 years old, and I love Morty. He's like, I'm sure you've heard of this legend, Ash, right? And Ash is like, no. And so we get the legend.
Again, no?
No,
This is not told exactly in that
I don't-
other episode.
I don't think so.
I mean, they had the whole like, okay, the tower being destroyed. I thought.
Yeah, they
but-
did, but I don't
yeah,
remember if
they
they.
didn't go
I
into
don't
the
think they
bells.
did
They didn't go into
the
bells.
second half. Yeah,
Mm.
long ago, fire burnt down the tower of Ho-Oh. Only the bells survived somehow, and so they rebuilt the tower, put the bells back where they were supposed to be, hoping Ho-Oh would return. But they haven't rung since. And then Brock's like, until today? Yes, Brock. Until
Yes,
today.
Right. Catch you up.
That's what since
That's
means.
why they were rigging.
That must mean that Ho-Oh is still watching over them. And Ho-Oh's
watches our
anger,
world.
yeah, will only melt away once human and Pokemon can their hearts meet as one or something cheesy like that.
Yep.
So Ho-Oh sent down 3 Pokemon to observe them.
Oh,
Because these 3 Pokemon come from when the tower was burning down. There were 3 Pokemon in the tower that were trapped and couldn't get out, and Ho-Oh reincarnated them as Entei, Suicune, and Raikou.
the North Wind, Suicune, the Volcano, Entei, and Thunder, Raikou.
And when harmony is restored, Ho-Oh will return. And Ash is like, I met a Suicune before, and Yusine's like, what the fuck? Are you
I gotta
kidding
give
me?
it to Ash. I thought that was awesome how casually he drops that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh
Awesome,
yeah, I've
man.
met that thing.
Oh, that's cool. It's a really cool dog. Yeah.
And Yusine's like, no, I've spent my
What?
whole career searching for this thing. I've bled. I'm almost dead. All I care is about Suicune, and it eludes me. And you just like tripped and fell into its asshole? What the hell, buddy?
I'm the foremost Suicune expert. It only appears to the most skilled trainers. And that's what we're saying, Yusine. You're not skilled. You're trying too hard.
But I gotta prove it. I gotta prove that I can try harder than a tryhard tries hard. I challenge
So
you
he
to a duel.
challenges Ash to a battle, yeah. And so with this, we have one other question from I gotta call this out because it's not even a name. But it's from someone who's running away from my problems, like Graham's hairline is running away from his face.
I'll have you know, my hairline isn't that bad. It's all the patches that are the problem. All the bald patches that are the problem.
I still think you should go full Heisenberg. I think that'd be great.
I've been easing into it. Like every haircut
That'd be
gets
great. Okay.
progressively shorter, so one day it'll just be, I
One
won't
day.
be able to get any shorter, and then there you go.
Then you gotta buy a hat.
No, I'm not wearing a hat.
You gotta get into hats.
No, hats are lame.
You could start the sickest toque collection.
Toques are okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm chill with toques.
Get all
I'm
kinds
even
of toques.
okay with like trucker hats, but it's like neckbeard hats I want to stay away from.
Yeah, no fedoras. We don't need fedoras.
No.
For those Americans down there, a toque is a beanie.
Oh yeah, they call them
well,
beanies.
we call it in Canada, in our better country. Anyway, the question from this not a name says, Ash explains how he's seen both Ho-Oh and Suicune, but doesn't mention Entei at all. We know the second movie is canon, so are we to believe the third movie is not canon, or are the Twerps just completely forgetting their encounter with Entei? Now, I think this has a very simple explanation. That Entei wasn't real. It was an illusion.
That's true. Was there like a memory wipe or anything like that?
I don't
On
think
that
so.
one.
Not after 3. It was only after 1. But I think the answer is just simply that that wasn't actually an Entei. The unknown created that as an illusion, and so it doesn't really count. It's like when you see a picture of Bigfoot. It's not real. It's not actually Bigfoot.
I guess so. I'm just checking this up to see if there's anything. Yeah, I mean there wasn't any memory wiping.
Nope.
I think that's the best take. I do think that's worth pointing out, though, that it is a little bit weird that, I don't know, that maybe there wasn't like more recognition with Entei, but you're right. I guess they were pretty aware that they didn't meet Entei, where,
Mm-hmm.
because they were talking about it in the context of these like reincarnated souls, right? Meaning there's like one of each of them. So
Yeah.
with Suicune, they're like, I met that exact being.
Mm-hmm.
But with Entei, they have not.
Yeah. With
That's true.
Entei, it would have been like, we met a dream version of that. And it's like, who cares? It's not real. You couldn't have gotten it into like a Pokeball or anything. So I don't
We
give a
met
shit,
a
Ash.
dream version hot daddy who had the same voice actor as Yami Yugi, and it was
Mm.
awesome. And it was delightfully dark and weird, and Delia's legs were in the movie.
He wasn't real, but he was cool as fuck.
Yeah. So,
Well,
that's a
back
good
into the
answer, Kellan.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Great answer.
Well,
great answer.
Great answer. Let's see illusion.
Bing.
Yay! Meanwhile, Team Rocket, they're being confronted by a shitload of bug-type Pokemon and a
Oh, they're
Tangela.
surrounded. These bugs
Yep.
are angry about the bells.
They get string-shotted, so it's battle time. Back to the gang. One-on-one, Morty is just trying to calm Suicine down, but he ain't having it. You just go judge the battle.
He's like, oh, fine. He's like,
It'll be-
Suicine is a real piece of work, I tell you.
Suicine, more like, you should go to therapy.
You seeing someone
Ooh.
for those problems?
It'll be Alakazam versus Pikachu.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we're making fun of Suicine a lot, but he does have a pretty killer Alakazam.
Yeah, I mean, Alakazam, they're just killers in the first place.
They're great.
Pikachu goes for a Thunder Shock, but before he can get it off, a kid barges in. The bell tower is being taken over by Pokemon. Oh, God.
Come quick,
This
the
isn't good.
Hindenburg has exploded.
No, fuck.
The kids should be like waving a newspaper.
Mr. President!
Yeah.
We see that the tower is basically getting TP'd, like it's Halloween, and the bug types are
webbed up.
rowdy teenagers.
Oh, and they're tossing.
The tower is their principal's house, who they don't
They're
like.
tossing toilet paper, all right.
Yeah. Tangela block them all from getting into the tower. Some Parasect launch some sleep powder, so they gotta get back inside.
Yeah, basically all Pokemon from the nearby forests are riled up, right?
They see that they're making a gigantic web over the entire town.
Oof.
It's almost as if they want us to stay out of their way, one of them says.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
Yeah, all right. And Brock's like, the Tangela are trying to scare us. I mean, they're very
No.
aggressive, and they're not. And Tangela are not an aggressive Pokemon normally.
No, they're
so that's
quite.
interesting.
They're not great, but also their behavior as well. But
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're not
Yeah.
aggressive.
yeah, it must be the legend of the Crystal Bells. They maintain peace and harmony, and the balance has been disturbed. So they're seeking to create a world without humans. I'm really sure the Caterpie are going to be able to do that.
I don't know. There's the Simpsons episode where dolphins take over. I wouldn't mind seeing a rise of the Caterpie or something like that. Or maybe a really unassuming Pokemon, like where Galdeans are sick and tired of
Yeah.
being shit. So they'd like have a revolution and take over the world. They're just like massacring people.
But as soon as they leave the ocean, they just flop around. Goldeen, Goldeen,
Yeah, they
Goldeen.
need to invent
Goldeen.
like little machines or something. Or they need
Oh,
to like
Goldeen
learn
on
how to
little mechs.
walk. Yeah.
They go like the reverse Sandy Cheeks.
Yeah, they've got little mechs that they walk around on up, and they're just like fish bowls with legs
Yeah.
and like laser beams, and they hold everybody hostage. Yeah, that'd be good.
Ash confronts the Parasect, but they're gonna kill him. Gengar, though, shows up to confuse them. Gengar seems to have found the bells, so let's have him show us the way. And we go into the forest. They're somewhere under that web, under that gigantic web.
We get a cut to Team Rocket, and they're
They're just
hung up.
hanging
They're
around.
tired of hanging around, Kellan.
Someone call it a wrap.
It was a good Meowth pun.
Yeah, Cyndaquil burns through a bunch of the web. Eventually, they do find Team Rocket. Yeah, it's like, would you believe we was working on web design?
That
also-
was a
also
very
good.
good one.
Yeah.
And they've spotted the bells. However, there's only 3 of
Mhm.
them, and the Pokemon are guarding those bells. Meowth and James throw Jesse right under the bus. They're
Yeah.
like, Jesse broke it. That's where the
You're
fourth
like,
one went.
There's only 3. Where's the 4th one? Yeah, it's like, Jesse demolished it. Which is
Misty goes,
good.
you all suck. More like Team Wreck-It.
Team Wreck-It? Ow, Misty. Well,
Team Wreck-It Ralph.
Ash tries to reason with the Pokemon. And Meowth, if I may chime in with an observation, Pokemon won't listen to reason.
Yeah, he's been chatting.
Yeah. So they're all surrounded. Pikachu steps forward to try and reason, but it's not working. What would Ho-Oh think? Ho-Oh would be so disappointed in everybody.
He's probably
here.
sad. He's probably bummed.
Team Rocket, they're struggling to get out, and the gang is just looking at them in like embarrassment. They're like, we should probably help them, right?
I guess so.
Should we do that? We can't just leave them hanging, they say. The bugs try to wrap them up too, and so Alakazam comes out to reflect, to block the string shots. The balance is forever disturbed. There's no hope. Seems
Tangela
drastic.
goes for a Vine Whip, which, okay, Kellan, walk us through here. Brock tries to get all sciencey on us. He says that Alakazam's reflect can't reflect a special attack, which Vine Whip is. Is this on the table? What's going on?
That is technically correct. Vine Whip is a special move. Reflect only raises defense for physical moves, but also Reflect wouldn't block like String Shot. So they did a wrong thing, and then they did a correct thing.
I figured it wasn't 100% right. I figured it was like 80%.
Yeah, they almost had it. They were really close this time.
Right.
So props there.
Yeah, they tried.
But yeah, no, that part's right. Brock's like, that's a special move. Reflect won't work on that.
But String Shot is...
Yeah.
String Shot's also just a status move. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Reflect and Light Screen don't have effects for that.
Well, the Tangelas...
So Alakazam goes down.
Since they can't... Yeah, the Tangelas now move on to Ash, and then Suicune roars. What is this? The attack stops. This is crazy. There's a force in the air. Some of the webs start dissolving. Oh my god.
Team Rocket fall from the trees. That's a real letdown.
Another good Meowth pun.
And we see it.
Oh my god, Suicune's here. And all the Pokemon run away.
We get a close-up on him, and he goes, what's that? Come on, dude, really?
Yeah, that's
seriously.
A blanket. Come on, you've been hamming up this thing all along, and you don't want to make a sandwich when finally you get the mayonnaise out? This is crazy.
It's like your fucking namesake, dude. You don't know
it's all
what
you
Suicune
care about.
Looks like. Ugh. He gets it eventually, though.
That was kind of cool, because, like, to be honest, that reaction was cool, because it pushes how much of a phony this guy was.
Yeah.
Right? He was all hot air and business cards.
Meanwhile, Ash is like, Suicune, good to see you again, buddy. Yeah.
He's like, that Tuesday's poker match was crazy, hey, buddy?
I'll see you at karaoke on Saturday, right?
20 I owe you. Don't worry. Next time we go to Subway.
You won my watch, but I'm gonna get that back, buddy.
Yeah. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna win it back. Don't worry. It's a precious heirloom, and I'm gonna kill you for it. All right. So yeah, eventually Yusin's like, Suicune, right? Team Rocket's like, oh yeah, we want that. So go Arbok. Poison Sting, Suicune jumps right through it, does this giant Aurora Beam, and kaboom, they go blasting off again. Pretty easy. But now it's Yusin's turn. At long last, he's been searching for forever. You've shown yourself, and now you're gonna be mine. So we realize, Yusin is a dumbass.
Yeah, he wants to
what
catch it. So this dope-ass Alakazam now has to do the dirty work. He's gonna use Disable. It doesn't do fuck all.
Doesn't work.
Tries Confusion. Does even more fuck all, because Suicune starts roaring, and Alakazam just goes straight back to the ball.
It's Roar, yeah. So he can use
Roar. Yeah.
Sends Alakazam back. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then Suicune just
gone.
flees. Yeah.
Just like in Gen 2, because the beasts are roaming.
Run all the time, yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of the most annoying things ever.
And everybody kind of remembers that.
And nobody likes it.
And I never even tried. I don't know if I ever caught them. I probably caught one. I think I caught an Entei
with a
once,
Master Ball.
But normally I don't even try. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. It's good world building, not a great game mechanic.
It's not a lot of fun, but it is.
No.
It is good world building. Yeah.
You need to get like a Crobat with mean look to trap it.
Right.
That's the trick. Anyway, yeah, Suicune's gone. It only appeared to protect. And now there's a rainbow, a sign of Ho-Oh. Maybe, but there's no Ho-Oh here.
Just a rainbow.
Just a rainbow.
We got a rainbow. Good enough.
My favorite Pokemon, Rainbow.
Rainbow. And the webs all dissolve. And now it's sunset. The gang is saying goodbye. Yusin already left because fuck that guy. He's going to find Suicune, I guess. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I hope they find him dead in a ditch. No, that was too far. But that guy sucks. He needs a attitude change. Yeah, Misty's like, Ash's stubbornness rubbed
Yeah.
off on that fool.
And Pikachu's like, yeah, I agree. I loved that.
Right.
And they all believe maybe Ho will someday return. And that's the episode. It was whatever episode, honestly.
It was, I said this when we started the episode. I'll say it again. It was a good premise. I just wanted more out of it. Like, I wanted actual Ho-Oh. This is the first time in 300 years that the bells have rang, and it went nowhere. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It needed a 3-episode arc around this. Could have been great.
It was just that Team Rocket got in and took some bells, and that was it. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Well, the trope, it's literary hour, Kellan, and the trope I'm going to talk about
My
is called
favorite.
all webbed up. It's when there's spider webs all over stuff.
Of course.
And $1 in my normal jar, I am going to talk about Lord of the Rings, because this is a bit of a trope there. So in both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, there's some notable scenes. In The Hobbit, deep in the Mirkwood, a bunch of the dwarves get captured by gigantic spiders and hung from the trees to be eaten later, covered in webs. So when Bilbo finds them, cuts them free, they are all webbed up. Of course, that happens again to Frodo in Lord of the Rings when Shelob captures him, paralyzes him with the venom, and webs him straight up, just like Team Rocket was hanging in that web.
It's the same thing.
And then, of course,
Yeah.
it kind of reminds you of in the movie Alien, well, in a bunch of the parts in the franchise, when people are pulled up into the xenomorph cocoons, kind of looks like that. You like the
Pokemon
Alien
just
movies?
like Alien. I have never seen them.
They are either like the best movies ever or like kind of bad.
Dog
And there's
shit,
like
yeah.
no in between. It's like a coin flip when one comes out. It's the first two were like amazing.
Well, you know what else is amazing? Is our
What?
good friend the Fourpour.
Oh yeah, that is amazing. Okay, so
our
this is the
favorite.
Fourpour, the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. In order to understand if this episode was good or bad or in between, we need to go to a pitcher of ping pong balls, pull categories at random, and then rank the episodes based on those categories. We're going to pull 2 categories for each episode. What do we got first, Kellan?
First category will be not how the game works.
Ooh, okay. I mean, that came up a little bit. So there's the whole reflect thing.
Yes.
Which was just a little bit off.
Yeah, it was about half off.
Now, the roar was actually accurate.
It was correct.
And it running away was correct. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What move do you think that Suicune used when I blasted off Team Rocket? To me, it looked like a hyper beam, but I didn't know.
I thought it was Aurora Beam.
Aurora beam. Okay. And that is a move
Which-
Suicune can learn.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Suicune is like, it might even just be the Aurora Pokemon.
Okay, that checks out then.
Suicune, there we go. Yeah, it's the Aurora Pokemon.
Hmm.
So, this is actually quite game accurate.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there some lore there with like the bells aren't in the games? How do you
no, the
get-
bells
How do you
are.
summon? They are in the games. Okay, they're in stolen. How do you summon Ho-Oh again? You have like the rainbow feather or something, right?
Yeah, there's the Rainbow Feather, which is Gen 2, but there's also I can't remember. It's Clear Bell. Yeah, there's a Clear Bell for Ho-Oh also. That is
Oh,
in
clear
Crystal.
bell, like
It's
crystal bell.
in Crystal. It's for Suicune. In Heart Gold, it combines with the Rainbow Wing
Hmm.
to summon Ho-Oh. So the
Okay.
bells. I mean, there are bells in Crystal, so that is something. And the legend of the 3 Pokemon that die in the fire that Ho-Oh reincarnates as Entei, Suicune, and Raikou is also game accurate lore.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a very game
This
accurate
is actually a
episode.
pretty game accurate episode. Then, yeah.
Yeah. The big thing is the reflect.
Yeah.
Being dumb with the string shot, but then not being dumb. So it's like the reflect on its own, I would give 4 points, but then it's partially correct, so I'm gonna knock it down to 3.5.
Yeah, I mean 2.5. This was decent for accuracy, it seems.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just a 3 for that one. Second category will be Team Rocket Scheme.
Steal
they
the
take
bells, and they didn't know why, but then they turned out they're
Yeah.
useful, so they want to get a hoe, and then they get caught, and then they're like, maybe we'll get a Suicune, and then they get blasted off. 5.
Five. I was lower. There's like nothing going on here. They just got the bells. They swing them around. They break one by accident. This is a 3.
I know it was so stupid, but I kind of like that sometimes. It was just them like just greedy opportunists in the worst way possible, and it ended up poorly for them. There was no rhyme or reason. It was Confederacy of Fools. It was fun.
Well, that's a 4 for that. Overall, 3.5 for Ho-Oh the Bells Toll.
Okay, so it was an episode with some great Pokemon lore that didn't quite follow through. And now we're going to go to the opposite. An episode with the stupidest lore that is kind of fun.
Yep, it's Extreme Pokemon.
This one is kind of sick. So
this one's
our gang is
weird.
marching on to Mahogany Town, and they see some small village. It's called Exeter. Okay, the whole gang really needs to eat. And then this Arcanine starts whipping by. And what's this? It's Gary on a skateboard.
Whoa! They've been training, apparently. Yeah, it's Gary. Gary's showing up again for the first time in a
Gary.
while.
It's Gary on a skateboard.
Gary on a skateboard with an Arcanine, yeah.
The gang all compliments him. Sick moves, Gary.
Yeah, this is the first time that Gary has shown up since he started respecting Ash, I believe.
There have been...
Because there was the Umbreon episode, and I think that's where he started.
Steps to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like last time we see Gary, he was a lot more calm and cool. But this is the first time where he's, dare I say, kind of likable?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Like he's perfectly fine. He's a normal dude. He's kind of a nice guy. Like they're rivals, but not in an off-putting way. Like they're
friendly rivals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool.
Which we all hate now these days, though, actually. We want dick rivals back in our Pokemon games, damn it.
Oh, just because,
Make me hate them.
We haven't explored, toxic rivals in a long time.
In a long time, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, kids these days, kids for, a long time, don't know how dickish the rivals used to be, do they?
Like, we went from Silver, who was a thief, who was basically an abusive trainer who eventually learned the error of his ways, to Gen 3's Wally, who you beat up and also learned that he's terminally ill. And you're like, oh, I don't want to beat this kid now. But I have to.
Well, and in Sun, the rivals are so
how it's kind of bleh.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're so neutered that you might not even realize who the rival is. You're like, wait, do I have a problem with this guy?
Have you met Gladion yet?
Idiot.
Edgelord
no.
Supreme.
Oh yes, yeah. I've met him. Yeah. But
he's a little interesting.
Connected with the skulls or no?
He's got that would be Guzma.
Oh,
he's Team Skull. He's the leader of Team Skull.
Together, I don't know.
Gladion has that type null guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's more interesting for sure. But
How
is just I'm your friend. I want to eat Malasada. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. And he's not even hard. I don't know what he's doing in the game. I'm like, okay, whatever. Go away.
He's just vibing the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we want more dick rivals, not terminally ill children that we beat up.
Yeah, right.
That's
ridiculous.
Why'd you do that one to us, Game Freak? That wasn't cool.
Terminally ill children.
So rude.
And here is your rival, his Timmy. He has pediatric leukemia. His family had to sell their cottage to pay for his treatment.
And now you just beat up his Pokemon. I recently learned in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, when you fight Wally at the end of Victory Road, the background, all of the flowers in that area are symbolic to death.
Oh, really?
And dying. And yeah, you're fighting the kid who's hinted to have a terminal illness.
That's sick.
And it's oh my god, and now I'm destroying his dreams because if I lose to him, I can't continue the game. This is fucked up, man.
That is crazy. Maybe you're the dick rival.
We're the rival in Gen 3, I think. We're the dick rival. We're the bad guy. Anyway.
So, Gary on a skateboard. Yeah,
so Gary's on a skateboard. He seems like a perfectly affable fellow now.
Mm-hmm.
Ash wants to
Good
fight,
use of
and
the
instead
word
of just
affable,
being,
Kellan.
Thank you. And instead of Gary just being like, no, you're too weak for me to fight, Gary's like, I can't, sorry. There's a big race tomorrow. We can't let Arcanine get hurt. So I gotta go. And as he's walking away, Ash is like, what race? What are you talking about?
Tell me. And then they
So
see it. There's people
yeah.
all over getting pulled on skateboards by Pokemon.
For this radical sport. It's
Mm-hmm.
rad. There's some cool music here. And Ash just sees this and he's like, this seems more dangerous for the Pokemon than the trainers. Like, he's suddenly gotten this moral crisis about this one.
Yeah, there's like this brief moment of advocacy where he's thinking he needs to like stand up for the Pokemon almost, but it goes away so fast.
I think it's just because he's been left out.
Oh,
He
yeah,
doesn't know what
because
this is.
it is not relevant to the episode anymore.
No. Because they've ate, and Ash can't eat. He's too busy thinking about the collar around Arcanine's neck. And Misty and Brock are like, oh, yeah, but Arcanine seemed to be into it.
Yeah, but he's
He's like-
sturdy. And then there's an old man who's like,
Yeah.
actually, this is a thing. It's extreme Pokemon. It's a popular sport. It's a competition race. The championship is tomorrow. And Ash hears championship and is like, I'll win.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. I'm in. Yeah, down.
All my moral qualms are set aside, for glory shall be mine.
Like, I'm going to get in on this. And like, don't you need to practice? You don't even have equipment.
You don't even know what this sport is, Ash.
Yeah. And so this
The
random
old
guy
man's
offers
like, you want
his
in?
assistance.
I'll help you.
So he lets them ride on his hay carriage, which I thought was kind of funny. Because Brock's riding in the front, Misty's stuck on the back, and then Ash is just like laying over the giant pile of hay
Mm-hmm.
on the way to this guy's house. This is Mr. Shelby. He runs a daycare around these parts. Ash doesn't know what a daycare is, apparently.
Now, back to that sort of, we were talking this episode about that game theming. The daycare in Gen 2, it does feature an old couple, right?
Yeah, that's I don't know about a lot of daycares anymore, but yeah, old people.
So that is sort of a nod there, but
It's
the
in the wrong
location's
location.
off, right?
Yeah,
It would actually be between Goldenrod and Ecruteak, or between Azalea and Goldenrod. Something like
Azalea
that, right?
and Goldenrod. Yeah, it's between those
so
two.
we're a little ways.
We're
We're
a couple routes
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
there's
is
no daycare on the way to
Did
Mahogany.
you feel too that was the nod?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they got to get daycares in there somewhere,
Gotta
especially with
get daycares.
how much more prominent they become in Gen 2 with breeding.
Right.
So, which we'll see more about later,
So, Mr. Shelby, Pokemon Daycare.
or right now, actually.
And yeah, riding to the cart, Tauroses are pulling them. That's cool.
He tells them, a daycare, they're run by nesters who care for eggs until the babies hatch and grow up big enough to take care of themselves. And look down there, look at those baby Wooper. They're so cute.
Oh, so cute. Hatched last week.
The people in this town have been here for years. There's daycares all over the place. Back in the day, we didn't have cars. So we had to use Pokemon to take us to the nearest hospital or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they relied on them for transportation, so it was more important to... Doesn't really explain the breeding part, actually.
No, not at all.
Okay, you needed transportation, so you bred Woopers? Like, what are you getting at?
Wooper can't really get you very many places, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, at his home, we meet his wife, Mrs. Shelby. She's polishing an egg. Apparently, they got a lot of these.
They got a
taking
ton
care
of
of all of
eggs,
them.
take great pride. Mr. Shelby walks out here with a 2-day-old Sentret,
Oh,
and
it's
then a
so
whole
cool.
bunch of cute baby Pokemon just playing around.
It's cuteness overload, honestly.
Yeah, what do we see here? Like a little Apom, I think, a little Natu.
Yeah, tiny little Natu, which is
Yeah, which
adorable
is
because
cute,
Natu's
yeah.
already tiny. It's just a head with wings and feet. And now
Yeah.
it's like, and even like the eyes are even bigger on the head. It's very adorable.
Yeah, it's cute as heck.
And so Mr. Shelby offers his old skateboard to Ash. It's been a while, but maybe it'll still work. Pikachu's pumped up. He's so excited for this stuff.
Yeah.
And Ash, he's skating around like a natural.
Yeah, he really clicks with it. And this is where we learned he mountain boarded back in Pallet. I was like, what the fuck is this? Just a flashback of him just like on like a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
Like he's soaring down a hill. I was like,
Getting
what the
down a
fuck?
hill. Yeah. This is very necessary backstory
Yeah.
for sure. But he's on the skateboard. He heads straight for a rock, goes flying, tumbles down the hill, runs right into Arcanine, who blocks him. And Gary sees the skateboard, and he's like, "Oh, of course, Ash. You just
Yeah,
can't
you
not
bit the bullet.
compete, can you?"
I know Gary is really like the more stable one between them now.
Absolutely.
Gary's kind of like, look, I got over some of my shit, but your demons are just flopping all about.
Gary researches where he's going to see if there's
Right.
any cool events going on. Ash wanders into town and is like, "There's a fucking rifle event? Give me a gun."
Man, when Ash reaches drinking age, stay out
Oh,
of those
God.
bars. He would be the asshole trying to pick a fight every night.
Absolutely. A Pokemon fight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, we got the cutest thing in 2 episodes here. Pikachu is on the skateboard practicing his balance.
Yeah, he's
That was
like
very adorable.
surfing. And during this whole discussion, Mr. Shelby's talking about how Arcanine is formable. He's good at pulling the skateboard. Ash needs to pick one Pokemon. So the idea is you pick one Pokemon, you can't change it out during it. It's not going to be Pikachu. Sorry, Pikachu.
Aww. It's about character, trust, and physical strength. You're out, Pikachu.
He's just not big
Cyndaquil,
enough.
it's too laid back. Totodile is too hard to control. That leaves Bayleaf. Or
I mean,
you know,
he really
Ash,
had so few options.
what about one of his 30 fucking Tauros?
Yeah. I mean, Bayleaf was the best, right? Because it's
But
like
Tauros.
I know, but he doesn't use them as much.
So it's a Tauros.
I think, you know which Pokemon we've seen move really fast that would have been scary as fuck? Kingler. Remember when that thing comes flying?
If this was a water race, then yes,
Yeah, it would be
absolutely.
Kingler.
That would be wild. But no, I stand by Tauros. You have 30 of them. Use them.
I wonder, yeah, well, he could only pick one. That'd be cool if he could pick all 30.
So that'd be wild. It's actually a mega evolution.
Yeah, just a pack.
He walks in with his 30 Tauros glued together. This is one
This is
Tauros.
one.
It's just really weird looking.
It's
I don't
just
know what you're
one
talking about.
big old Tauros.
Yeah. So. Bayleaf's down though, so it's practice time. Right, go left. Oh, Ash loses his footing, flies right into her. We gotta get right back. You get right back on your bicycle. So get right back on that skateboard. So Team Rocket, we see them. They're spying from above, or Meowth is rather, because Jesse and James, they're taking a nap. He wakes them up. They see the twerp's on wheels. James gets it because he got a pamphlet on his way into town for a Pokemon
so teaches
competition.
them about that competition, and of course, when Team Rocket hears about a competition, they want to steal competition Pokemon.
So many Pokemon on the way.
Normally they shoot for quantity, but here they said, let's stop trying to catch every Pokemon. Let's just get one. We'll grab the first place winner. And wobbuffet agrees with that strategy.
One extreme Pokemon, an extremely good idea.
Oh.
Just take the first place winner, cash it in, earn more by going for less.
And then we cut to Brock eating cat food.
Yeah, it's so good. He's chowing down on this food, and he's like, this is really good Pokemon food. Nice pause.
And you see the other Pokemon eating it, and it's like,
Pikachu and Togepi are really into it as well, yeah. That's so good. Brock's the kind of guy that would eat a dog biscuit after giving one to his dog as well.
Yeah,
Get a shiny new coat.
Yeah. He absolutely would. Crack that canned tuna, but not canned tuna, like the tuna with turkey liver
in
sludge.
gravy. Yeah,
exactly.
Blech. Well, it's sunset time. Ash is still out practicing. Mr. Shelby, he's right up ahead. He brought them a dummy egg. Apparently in this race halfway through, you gotta pick up a dummy egg and take it to the finish. It's time for more practice. Now, it's a good thing it's a dummy egg and not a real egg, because that would be a little fucked up.
Don't want to make any omelets.
Well, the next day, it's the moment you've been
it's
waiting
a big
for.
Race. Woohoo.
I think that the guy that's announcing this does every announcer in the game.
Yeah,
in
so
the show,
either this
ever.
is another set of clones, right? The Jenny Joy situation. There's also like a dude clone announcer throughout the land, or there's like
it's
a
one
traveling announcer who's just been totally in sync with Ash and company this whole time. Coincidentally, it's like the state fair circus is going through the same rotation that our Pokemon trainers protagonists are.
Yeah, I like the idea. It's just one guy hoofing it from place to place at every event, contracted for literally everything.
For everything.
He hasn't had a day off in 3 years.
No, his life sucks.
Yeah, the pay is not good. That's why he has to keep doing it every single day.
Sends money home.
Well,
sends money home back to Hoenn for his sick son.
Oh no, he's Wally's dad.
He's Wally's dad.
Fuck. Well, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the final event. The winner will receive the Golden Pokeball Trophy. You see, the winding course takes the contestants out of town, through the valley, to the Shelby Ranch. There, they must take a dummy egg, and the starting line becomes the finish line. But on the way back, there is no planned route. The contestants are able to take any path that they deem appropriate, any path they would like to take. Which I actually really like that in terms of a race. I think that's a really cool format.
Yep, no strict route. Now the race starts. A Scyther pulls ahead, and then a big crash ensues.
Yeah, he just drags this guy through a bunch of people. They all fall. But Arcanine and Bayleaf are able to get through it, amongst some others. So we're into the mountains, steep mountains. Arcanine speeds up. Bayleaf, go faster! Ash and Gary talk a little bit, and Gary's like, I was afraid I might lose you in my dust. Ha ha! And then he says, Arcanine, fly! Gary, Arcanine can't learn fly, actually.
Got him.
So I don't know what you're talking about there.
Cuts to Brock and Misty cheering from the stands. We'll be getting a little bit of cuts around that. And then, more heckling from Ash and Gary. And during this whole thing, Team Rocket's watching from a balloon. Ooh, what surprise that they want? Oh, how about Arcanine?
James is actually quite impressed by the twerp. Jesse has to be like, shut the fuck up. We're going for the Arcanine. And so they net him. And Gary falls to the ground. Prepare for trouble. Up, up, and away. Make it double. It's not a cliche.
But
it is, though, James.
And then after the chant, Jesse's like, being extremists ourselves, we normally would have stolen them all. You caught us on a good day. Extremely right, Meowth goes.
They're starting to get away, but Ash will catch them. They're flying across the sky, but Ash is right there. And instead of doing the normal thing where he would just have Bayleaf razor leaf the net and or the balloon, he has Bayleaf fling him around. He lets go of the rope, flies off of a rock, latches onto the balloon, the skateboard pops it, and it goes down. This was fucking wild.
This was suicidal.
It was.
It was a kamikaze attack. The balloon flies off. Nobody survived like crazy.
He was going to get Arcanine back or literally die trying.
And the cuts here make it even more wild because next we see the balloon just like crashing into the Shelby farm. And then another cut, we're now at the farm. We see Ash and Arcanine just come out of the wreck and they're fine. Like, whoa, okay.
And Jesse and Meowth get out of it as well. Now, when the balloon crashed, we saw from the perspective of the viewers, the camera shut off. Like, the balloon landed on the camera. We do not know the whereabouts of the cameraman in this situation. Where did the cameraman go?
And that was actually Wally's uncle.
No!
And he died.
No! He was so close to a cure.
Oh,
he was doing camera work as a side gig.
He was sending money home on the weekend.
Fuck,
now Wally can't go to science camp.
No, he's gonna have to settle for space camp. He doesn't care about space.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, that sounds fine.
Wobbuffet pops up. He's got an egg, and we see a tisket, a tasket. James has 2 baskets of eggs as well. Somehow he got out of this scot-free and was able to steal a bunch of eggs.
And now, so Team Rocket shifted their plot now, and I thought this was really funny.
This is
now
great.
it springs this idea of, okay, let's steal a bunch of eggs, and then we'll get like a whole bunch of baby Pokemon in Team Rocket, and we get this frame it cuts to.
They all wear cool sunglasses.
Of all of the babies, and we know they're evil because they're wearing evil sunglasses.
It's so good. I love it.
It's so Muppet Babies. Like
it really is.
It was awesome. Yeah, I like.
I want evil Team Rocket baby Pokemon as a
Me
spin-off.
too.
That's such a good idea. Well,
they're evil by their pokey sunglasses.
Yeah, Arbok comes out. In comes Bayleaf. Razor Leaf, Poison Sting breaks right through it though, hits hard. Now go for the bite, but from left field, Arcanine, take down! He hits Arbok out of the way. Here's Gary, Team Rocket. Let's scramble. Haha, egg joke.
Eggs, scrambles.
So they run.
Get it?
And Bayleaf just casually vine whips, grabs the baskets.
Yep.
And then Arcanine, flame wheels, kaboom, Team Rocket put all of their eggs in one basket again. They go blasting off again.
Gary thanks Ash. And the other racers are catching up now, so they can get their dummy eggs and continue. The race is on. Gary's ahead again with Ash in a close second, trying to speed up. But this is a part of the trail now that's gotten really narrow. So how is Ash going to get ahead? There's only room for one.
We need a shortcut. He looks to the side. There's another path. He takes it, and Gary thinks he's lost to Ash, but we see them leap from a giant cliff. And now they are right back up against Gary, side by side.
Same move he used to take out the balloon, but this time he landed.
Basically. And took Bayleaf with him.
Yeah.
Never in the history of this event have we seen such a daring, cunning move. So we're in the home stretch.
Yeah, the commentator's losing it.
Yeah.
He's like, holy balls, we're on Sportsnet finally.
What the fuck is going on? This is crazy. So they jump. They're neck and neck. They got to give it all they got. It's a dead heat. Arcanine goes for the dive, and Ash tells Bayleaf to jump, which she does by smacking herself on the ass and then jumping.
Hell yeah. That's what I do before I jump.
It's just so weird. Like, she just vine whips her butt and then jumps.
I didn't notice that. That is weird.
How did you not notice it? It was a whole shot. It was close up on Bayleaf's ass as she goes, wha-cha, and spanks herself. Fucking weird.
Now I'm thinking of grass Pokemon using Vine Whip in sexual scenarios. I hadn't thought of that till now. So
Dommy mommy
thanks,
grass
Kellan.
types. Yeah.
Would also slap in themselves. Like, oh yeah, getting riled
self-gratification.
up. Well, that's weird. But
Bayleaf wins by a nose.
This was fun, Kellan, because they're so neck and neck. And to me, it looked like this was them going, you know what? They were pretty much equal, but Bayleaf has a longer neck.
Yeah.
It got his head just ahead of Arcanine's.
I do have to say, this is quite bullshit, because Bayleaf is not a very fast Pokemon.
Ooh.
At all.
And Arcanine's like really fast, right?
Bayleaf is base 60, Arcanine is base 95.
Oof.
Which is above average. So Arcanine is quite fast.
And it learns like agility.
It also learns extreme speed, which you would have thought it would have used here in this game. Or in this race.
Right.
But I guess it's not level 50 yet.
Not how the game works.
Not how the game works. Well,
so
Bayleaf does win.
So Ash just won the championship competition of a sport he hadn't heard of, hadn't competed in, had no equipment for, was not,
everyone else is pissed off.
Yeah, what a jerk.
And he didn't even need this win. He didn't even need to win this. It's not like the thing he gets, or it's not even like the thing that he gets that will continue forward is the prize for this. He just gets it in the first place. So he did not need to win this at all.
Yeah.
It's just more trophies.
This is crazy. Yeah.
So at sunset, Gary has no regrets. So see ya at Johto. Even Gary with the at Johto stuff.
Gary.
I thought he grew, man.
Oh my
I thought
God.
he was a new person.
Now you're back on the bottom.
Ugh. He heads out, and Mr. and Mrs. Shelby have something for Ash as a thank you. A special egg for him. It's a special Pokemon inside. What'll it be? It's a secret, but use the Pokeball on top to catch it once it hatches. Now, Graham, without looking it up or looking forward, because it'll spoil you, I want your official prediction. What is this Pokemon?
I just saw a couple thumbnails.
Fuck off.
So
don't do that. You're spoiling it for yourself.
Yeah, I think I know.
Nah.
Well, I have to list the
Boring.
episodes up, and it's not very far ahead, so it was hard to.
Boo. Okay, let's pretend you didn't see it.
I
What's
would
your
not
official
have
prediction?
guessed that. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years, Kellan. Because
and that's what makes it fun.
I actually
got it right.
don't really know what that Pokemon is.
Okay, let's pretend you didn't see it though. What was your prediction?
I for some reason I was like, I think it'll be a Smoochum. I don't know why. But I could just see that coming from an egg. But also it's blue. I don't know. It's like maybe they set up for like who's someone in Gen 3? Is Lucario Gen 3? When does
No, it's 4.
Who's a big Gen 3 Pokemon? Maybe they would like tease someone. I don't know.
A blue egg could have been a Zurl, which is a Meryl pre-evolution that arrives in Gen 3, so that could have worked. Kind of like a Togepi situation.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like a bit of Togepi magic, like something exciting.
But like Tracy had a Meryl, so that wouldn't be as special. I mean, the blue could have been a Wooper.
Nah.
Maybe it is a Wooper. We don't know. Still could be.
It's Suicune.
It's Suicune. Oh shit.
He's in the egg.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
Well, since that's been spoiled, boo-hoo. The gang heads out. That's the episode. That's all we had left. They walk away.
So, TV tropes. Kellan, the trope I want to talk about today. This is a trope you know all about, I think. Title drops. The title of the episode is said out loud.
Roll credits.
It's Extreme Pokemon. Hell yeah. So, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of cases. Basically, like every James Bond
book.
Dark
Knight.
The Dark Knight
Rises.
Basically, every James Bond book does this, like where James Bond is like, I guess diamonds are forever. Shit like that.
Well, Mr. Bond,
I really
really did live and let die.
They honestly do drop the Bond name titles a lot. It's weird. So, To Kill a Mockingbird, I think, is a memorable part
That's
of
the
this, where
book.
Atticus.
That's the
Yeah,
book
and that's
for
us.
us.
That's us. Where Atticus Finch is in the courtroom, right? And he's talking about what a terrible sin it would be to kill a mockingbird kind of thing. Did you know that the last 5 words of the novel version of The Silence of the Lambs is The Silence of the Lambs? There's also
Well, Hannibal Lecter, those sure were the silence of the
those were
lambs.
sure the Silence of the Lambs. It's also the Lord of the Rings, where that's the name of the book part that Frodo writes. So he's like, and now I'm writing the book, Lord of the Rings. And then there's my favorite title drop, Kellan, Harry Potter, where they say his name. Hey, Harry Potter, can you pass the ketchup?
Hey, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, get over here.
Yeah.
My favorite is at the end of the one movie where they go, hey, Vin Diesel, we sure were fast and furious, right? And Vin Diesel's like, too fast, too furious. And that's like the tease for the sequel. It's incredible.
For a moment, I was like, do they actually say that? They might. They really might. Or I feel like you could have done that joke with so many Vin Diesel movies.
No,
well,
absolutely.
Vin Diesel, it really was a triple X.
Wow, Magic Mike, you really are XXXL.
Oh, God.
All right, let's rate this thing.
Okay.
We're at the 4-point go. Here it is. First category will be Psyduck. How do we feel about Psyduck? I didn't think about Psyduck at all today. That's not good.
I haven't thought about Psyduck in a while. That's sad. I mean, I'm just not Psyducky mood with these episodes. I'm
he
sorry,
doesn't really
Psyduck.
show up much.
You were really backseated. I would only.
Yeah.
I mean, this is about extreme Pokemon, not extremely cool, memorable, weird Pokemon.
Last time we saw him was the Whirl Islands, I think, right? That match where Misty beat Ash. And that was cool, but I haven't thought about that. I'm just not vibing on the Psyduck right now, which is unfortunate. So that's a low score because
I go low.
I'm not.
I'm gonna go
feeling good.
2.3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.8.
Oh man,
Psyduck. So 2.55. Gonna need something good here. And it's gonna be it's silly Pikachu moments.
Ooh, and we got him on the surfboard. I mean, on the skateboard. Surfing.
Yeah,
that was high. That was very.
That was super cute. And he, I mean, his just overall excitement for
for
good
the
Pikachu event
energy
is very good. This is very good stuff.
For an episode that doesn't really feature Pikachu that much, actually pretty strong. Actually,
he doesn't even get the last attack in on Team Rocket, which is different.
No, but those were really cute touches. That was good, silly Pikachu energy. Again, he wasn't really highlighted a lot, but quality over quantity. I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go
7. I did 7.5, so it'll be 7.25 for that. Overall, for Extreme Pokemon, 4.9. I would give it higher than that.
I would give it higher. It was a fun episode.
But if Psyduck just needed to show up, that's
Psyduck just needed to say hello.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week. Wowsies, we did it.
Hey, Kellan, what are we going to touch on next week?
Ooh, would you look at that? 2 more episodes for next week, kicking it off with 231, An Egg-Sighting Adventure, or in Japanese, Famous Detective Chunsar! The mystery of the egg that disappeared! !
My favorite naming convention.
And then, on the opposite side of the spectrum in terms of Japanese naming conventions, it's 232, Hatching a Plan, or in Japanese, Egg Hatch.
That really is the opposite.
Egg, hatch. That's it.
So it's the Egg Chronicles next week.
It's
the Egg
a double
saga.
Episode for Egg. Yep.
For eggs
and then,
all the way down.
I just want to tease it because after next week will be the week of the main series debut of Delibird.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it in a short, but this was fun.
But this will be Delibird in the show, so that's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness.
So join us for
a Delibird.
We truly did kill a Delibird.
Oh no. Okay, that sounds fun. Egg week. Bring your omelets.
Everyone bring your eggs.
Listening next week. Yeah.
Peanut butter and eggs, baby.
Yeah, that's the Kellan special.
It's delicious shit.
I like my eggs on rice.
Boring.
Do that a lot.
Get some peanut butter.
Okay, I will.
Anyway.
Peanut butter. Oh yeah, I got to do our outro stuff. So this has been To Kill A Delibird.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Leave comments down below. If you're listening on YouTube, that's youtube.com/HydraLeech. Love engagement, subscribing, following, blah, blah, blah. We like commenting along with you. Got anything to talk about? We're also wherever fine podcasts are downloaded, Spotify, etc. If you want to reach out to us, we got an email inbox to killadelibird@gmail.com. We're also on Blue Sky. To Kill A Delibird is the handle. If you want to ask questions for the upcoming episode, in the description down below, there is a Google form link. You can put questions into that will answer while recording. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan does a TikTok, tiktok.com/HydraLeeches, where he shows you how to wake up at 4 in the morning and dunk your head in Saratoga water and put banana peels on your face.
Yep,
and then twitch.tv/HydraLeech, where he's been doing Sonic Adventure DX 100% run and Pokemon Coliseum 100% run. So it's been GameCube days. Lots of fun, lots of streams there. And then we've got a Patreon link below. It's just a tip jar if you want to use it to support the show. Appreciate it, but don't feel obliged to. And that's about it.
Yeah,
right?
Sure is. I'm excited for Egg Week next week. You all bring your eggs.
Bring your eggs.
Bring your
omelets.
eggs.
Bring your scrambles.
Paint them
your
pink.
over easy. Bring your hard boiled. Bring your soft boiled. Bring your poached.
Bring your elephants.
Elephants.
Yep.
Elephants.
We'll see why next week.
Oh my god, I can't guess.
Yep. Oh my god. That's it. Oh my god. Yay. Cool. I don't know how to end things.
Something about trunks.
Why do elephants not carry suitcases? They already got trunks.